I think you shouldn't get married unless you're both attracted to each other. Otherwise, it just won't work. Problems come from unattraction.
Yeah,
if there's no
ugly
attraction,
guys shouldn't get married.
no, I think they should get married to ugly girls. So I think one should be married to ones, two should be married to twos.
Right.
That's how it should be.
And now you say that, yeah, but a lot of ugly guys sometimes tend to have money and they're getting with these really pretty girls, and then it's a catch-22 on what you're saying then.
That bumps them up, and then the girl has to pay for that. So if the guy's a 3 and he's making $1 million, that might put him up to like a 6.
Yeah, sometimes ugly dudes have game, though. You know what I mean?
Or
Like sometimes,
the majority of the time they do.
Yeah, okay.
They have to.
They have to, yeah, they have to compensate somehow.
And-
A lot of the good-looking guys don't have nothing; they're just a body, and that's it.
And if she's going for money, I think she has to accept the fact that she's chosen money. So she has to also accept that she's chosen to be in a situation where she's going to have sex even if she doesn't want to.
True, I feel like that's
so if
fair.
you've chosen money, then that's your fault, and you have to accept accountability for that action. But if you want to be in a successful marriage where it's happy and you're both attracted to each other, go for someone you're actually attracted to. That's how it should be.
I think when women put too much emphasis on a man's looks, they're entering into their masculine. It's meant to be the man that's meant to desire the woman for her beauty. And I think what's going on now is women are expecting too much in terms of men's beauty, and women's standards for beauty have just dropped.
Social media has changed women's mindsets.
What do you mean?
Do you know, I think it has a lot to do with it as well. And this, you lot might not agree with me on this, but I feel like lockdown had a lot to do with men and how we move in this day and age, because a lot of men during lockdown wasn't able to do what they was doing before. I feel like women took more control after that, in the sense of now I feel like it's harder for guys to get girls because of, I feel like social media boosted at that point, whereas before it was there, but it wasn't so important. Whereas now you have to be a certain level of caliber in order to get recognized.
I think what it is you still have 80% of the girls going for the top 10% of guys. It's always been like that, but it's been more visible now thanks to stuff like social media, right? So that's why I said earlier about the reality thing, because they live in their own reality. To them, every guy is 6'3". Every guy earns this amount of money. Every guy looks like this, etc., etc., etc. And that filters down to other things, because then they also think those kind of guys usually have a lot of options. Therefore, they might mess about a little bit. They might cheat, whatever. So now they think all guys cheat. Well, not really. You're ignoring 80% of the guys because you're only dealing with the top 20. So they have a very skewed view of what guys are. There's guys, like we said earlier, ugly guys. Ugly guys won't matter, like, if they supplement it with other things, money, looks, status, etc., 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 right? So but there's a big proportion of guys who aren't doing that, and those kind of guys are completely invisible to girls.
But do you know what? That's what I'm saying, yeah. I think a man's value is not determined by how attractive he is.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
when a woman puts an overemphasis on a man's beauty, that's a masculine woman.
Yeah, I think a lot of the things where you said about the person being like 50 pounds overweight, I think a lot of the time females forget about intention. So like, just because the man might say, yeah, cute, he might just be trying to do that.
Yeah. I don't want a relationship with you, but we can be friends.
She's below average. I did like a rating with this guy, and he rated like a girl overweight, above average.
But the thing is, though, in like his real mind, though, he might be saying to you like, yeah, he thinks he's a 7, but in his real mind, he's thinking a 4. But he's looking, but he wants to do that. And then what happens when we're having all of these conversations, we're distorted the female's brain left, right, and centre. Next thing you know, it's just one big blurred line. And I think that when you mention, obviously, going for different looks, and because I think you said something about 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5, because that girl that makes maybe a 4 got the man that was a 9, didn't show it any intention.
No, but
it's all mad.
You see when guys are rating girls 7, 8s, and 9s, that's just in their world. In the real world, that rating drops by like 3 or 4.
Well, you guys are in London, so it's like a little bit. They're not that cute here.
And also, I'd actually say when a guy is
Shots fired.
He said it.
a guy will actually overinflate the rating for a girl depending on his current mindset. So if he's been starving for a while, so if he's horny, a guy who's horny is obviously going to actually think of the girl as more attractive. Like I'm sure a lot of guys have experienced it before. You're very in the mood. You haven't had it for like a couple of days or a week or something. And then you start seeing girls who you wouldn't normally go for as a bit more attractive and appealing. And then after you bust your nut and you've got post-nut clarity, you're like, oh, what am I doing now? I'm not feeling or anything. Exactly.
So,
That's true.
I have a question about cheating. Who here would like to be able to cheat in a relationship? Raise your hand.
Like to.
You
Yeah,
you
so,
lot-
like,
you lot are all liars.
Yeah, so
Ask the
if
question again.
How many of you would like to be able, I didn't say expect to be able to, would like to be able to cheat in a relationship?
Like to.
I call it
I'd
explore.
Your
like-
ideal situation
Yeah.
is she loves you, she's with you, but you can cheat when you want.
I'd like to.
What is
If
it
she- if
cheating
she-
then?
We had this discussion
Okay,
before.
exercising options, whatever you would like to have sex with other girls.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, why not? You two.
So my younger self would have said yes, but it's like if you're gonna do that, then like I feel like, how can I word this in a way that the comments won't kill me?
They're gonna kill you anyway.
Too late.
Nah, what I mean is, yeah, like in my younger days, cheating was easy. Like I'll do it and feel no type of way. But now in my older age, it's like I wouldn't necessarily say that's the right thing. And if you've got permission to do it, then it's different. But if there's no permission and you're gonna go out and do it, then yeah, like it's for me personally. Go on.
Sorry, go ahead, finish.
No, I was gonna say then I wouldn't want to do it because I'm not trying to let my woman down. Like I want to build up our relationship and I want us both to be strong and we're in a happy position where we both love and trust each other.
Would it be a benefit to you guys if a girl let you cheat? Like if she said, you know what you do, if I don't know about it, I don't care. Would that be a benefit to you guys?
Of course.
I've
I
been in that
think
situation
most
before,
men would love that.
Yeah, definitely. That's
Well,
just standard.
So how many of you guys that raised your hand, right? If your girl put out whenever you wanted it, would you keep your hand raised?
I wouldn't look.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't go out of my way.
Okay. Because some guys they need variety no matter what. So I'm saying if she never said no, how many of you would still want the right to cheat? You know what I mean?
I mean, I would still want the right to cheat, but monogamy
man.
monogamy is not normal though. Monogamy has been forced upon men. Most men, if they had their way and they knew there would be no pushback from women, they would want to have multiple women.
Yeah.
I think it's also because women sometimes women look at sex with their lens as opposed to ours. Our lens is very much like sex is a physical act, yeah? It's a physical act, right? But most women need to have some sort of emotional connection. Even if they don't the first time, the second time and the third time, an emotional connection will build, right? So we think about it differently, so therefore it should be treated differently. But they wanted us to treat it the same as them, but we're not the same as them. So how can we treat it the same as them?
I'll just take a tired playboy. Like I'm good. I'll take a retired player. I'm good. You get your fill.
So, question: how many of you think you could be faithful to a girl long term? Like you have it in you. Yeah.
Doing it right now.
Okay. So everyone feels like they could, but most of you would want to cheat if you could. And it would be a benefit if a girl let you do that. It'd make her more wifey.
I mean, if a girl was to say, yo, like, I want to be in a relationship with you and I don't mind if you cheat, I don't think any man's going to be upset about that. No man is probably going to be upset about that.
For me,
but it could be a test at the same time.
For me, the only
If she meant it. You'd think it was a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
as well.
Yeah.
But for me, the only reason I would half put my hand up for that is because if she was to say to me, do you know what, you can. Number one, it would make me not even want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But and then
Right.
number two, the only thing, and maybe it's an ego thing that it would exercise, is this girl rates me, you know. But still, I wouldn't even want to do it. But you really have got love for me because you would really let me do it. Nah, you're the one. But still, I wouldn't do it. And we all know certain type of men don't cheat. So we wouldn't want to do that.
I can't lie. You know what happens as well? It actually, in that scenario, it will actually make her more attractive to you. So the reason why I say that is because when you're dating and you're dating multiple women and women know that other women want you, they get more excited by that. So when it comes to a situation like that, she knows that he could go and get other guys. But then that being said, if you're being faithful to her and not exercising options, to her, she's like, I'm the one who's won, but I still... The thing is, it's competition anxiety, innit? They need to understand that they should never think that you can't get anyone else but them. Let's be real, because no woman wants a guy who no other woman wants. It's just not how it works, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a faithful man. I'll just put that out there right now. I'm a faithful man. But I get attention every now and then from girls, and it riles my wife up. But she knows, innit? Like, obviously, I'm not going to do anything because I'm a married man, you know? I'm a man of God and that. But it gets them saying, okay, I need to be on point. I need to be on game because people are looking at my man. Do you know what I mean? And that factors to a lot of positives for your relationship. She's not going to balloon to the size of a well if she knows that, okay, this guy can walk out and he won't even have to do anything and he can get someone else.
She understands what she has, so she stays on her toes.
Yeah, that actually happened to me.
why.
So I go back and forth between like whether or not I'm sexually jealous. But so my husband's older, but he would tell me I could pull chicks, but I'd never seen it because I'm the type of person like I don't really believe people like that. So I was like, this man said he could. I was like, I've never seen it in real life. And then one day we went down to a creek. I live in the Midwest, and I just went off to like explore. And I was a little bit pudgy at the time, And so I came back 3 to 5 minutes later. And there's like this bubbly 19-year-old in a bikini, like, giggling, flipping her hair at him. I was like, oh my God. And so, but I had never been put in that position. I was like, oh, I guess I am kind of a jealous girl in that way. And so, I mean, it did inspire me to like, hit the gym and take it like serious. I was like, like I gotta keep on my toes. But that was my fault because I don't really feel that way when I know that I'm on point, when I know that I look good. It's like when I'm slipping up where I'm like, oh, I'm getting concerned. But to the cheating thing, I think women just have to be reasonable. A lot of infidelity occurs in marriages. I think you just can't expect your man to stay faithful if you're not putting anything out there for him, And so it's also like I think women lie too. Like they think that if they've been married 18 years, they have 3 kids, that if he cheats that I'm going to leave the marriage. That might not be the smartest thing to do. That might be something that you need to go to couples counseling over, or you need to
burn it down. According to modern women,
no, well,
who cares?
They'll just be
screw the kids. Just burn it down.
No,
20 years, one night, over.
Question though, Question:
Yeah.
What is cheating? And the reason why I asked that, is because if a man doesn't sleep with another man's wife and he's just sleeping with another woman just to get a nut off, is that cheating?
Well,
Why does
it
that
has
matter?
to go in? I feel like it has to go in.
It matters because if we're gonna define cheating, I think we want men to have options, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a man just uses a woman, this is gonna sound bad, but for ejaculation purposes only, and he doesn't sleep with another man's wife, and he comes back to his main wife, and he does all the things that he's supposed to do as a husband, as a father, whatever. What's the crime?
I mean, there's 2 things. One, obviously, a lot of men say, "Oh, she was better than my hand." I've heard that a lot. I've heard that on this stream. That's a different case. But I don't see I don't understand the point of why does it have to not be someone else's wife? Why does someone else's relationship impact mine? Because at the end of the day, if you are sleeping with someone just for sex and the other person wants to, if she's going to cheat, she's going to cheat. So it doesn't really matter if it's another man's wife or not in that case.
Well, historically, it has mattered, actually. So, I mean, there's lots of cultures that have had, rules, laws, legislation about infidelity and what that looks like. And then in the past, like men have had the opportunity to cheat from like a Christian context if it wasn't another man's wife. So I understand what you're saying, but it's 2022. I don't think people are really putting standards on any type of cheating. It's just like, whatever goes down, goes down. But I know what you mean. It probably would be worse if you were, banging some other guy's wife. Well, I don't think you'd want to risk your life like that. So,
do you think women and men cheating are the same thing?
No. But I think there's reasons that women cheat that men don't want to hear about. We're looking for something. We're looking for that intimacy or that closeness, and we might feel ignored. It's just that women have to understand, context of the situation. If you're, a stay-at-home wife, your man's working 60 hours a week, yeah, you're gonna feel lonely. Oh no, it doesn't mean that you go sleep with the neighbor. It means that you try to hit him up when he comes home from work.
But not too soon. You got to be quiet first.
Yeah. 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Maybe give him 45.
So females are doing it genuinely for a void.
It depends, because we got these city girls, so they're something else. I'm just speaking from there are times where good women do end up feeling compelled to cheat. I know that sounds weird to you guys, but if it's just problem after problem after problem, I feel like my husband doesn't notice me. Yeah, you might start looking elsewhere for it. But I think women cheat emotionally, but it's interesting too. I think there's different standards too, because I don't know that I'd care that much if my husband slept with another woman. I realize, oh no, the internet's gonna be but you're a Christian. Look, there's reasons for this, but I think I would be offended if this man was accepting another woman's phone calls and she was like crying on the phone, venting her emotions to him. I'd be like, oh no. Or if he was like taking her out on dates and spending a bunch of money, I'd be like, this is not right. This is unjust. How could you do this to me?
Cheating emotionally is a completely different thing. I mean, if I've got one wife and I'm already doing that for her, there is no way I'm doing that for another one. I mean, the entire point of actually doing those things and actually dealing with a woman's emotions is because you actually want that woman in the form of a relationship. You want her to be yours.
She's a threat because you like her personality.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where it gets a bit weird, because men normally only cheat physically because they need a variety. It's like food. If you eat lasagna every day for the rest of your life, you might get bored of it. Mm-hmm. So if you alternate between like lasagna, pizza, like lobster.
Yeah.
I just choose not to be in relationships with men that are that hungry.